I'm not going to. So quit asking.
Is this better? I'm sorry. Was that dead air this whole time? If so, I'm gonna be pissed, honestly. Squid, thank you. I forgot to plug the mic in. But anyway, we're gonna pick these bowl games. Let me sum it up here and just say sorry for the technical issues. Wasn't thinking. Crap. Okay. But we're here. We're looking at Jackson State and South Carolina State. Was saying that Jackson State's got a lot of studs on offense. Irv Mulligan, Travis Terrell, Jacoby Morgan. They're good. Some of these games, let me just be honest, I really don't care who wins. I just want to be right on some of these bowl picks. In some of these games, I don't know who to pick. So I think it's only fair that we pick the team that's mostly picked here, Jackson State. South Alabama, Western Michigan. Let's go South Alabama. This one actually interesting here. Memphis, a better team than West Virginia, but ever since our buddy Golden Blue Dude had sadly passed, plus all my love and respect for Joey Foster and company, I could never pull against West Virginia. I hope they win. It is almost a 50-50 game. 4.5 point spread in favor of Memphis. So it's going to be close. I get favoring Memphis, but give me the Mountaineers here. James Madison, Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky's looked pretty good this year. Um, and so is James Madison. They're not having the season they had a few years ago, but they are doing really good. 72.5% chance to win. Uh, they are coming off a 2 overtime loss to Marshall. 9.5 point spread. They really like James Madison here. But here's the thing, do we go based off the Vegas lines and everything? Do we want to do that? I don't know. Because we see upsets all the time. You gotta pick an upset somewhere. I just don't trust that it could be in this game. I mean, James Madison. Cal, UNLV. UNLV's on a roll. This was one of my teams here. Dark Horse, Group of Five, whatever. 10-3 versus 6-6. Okay. Some of these, I'm just gonna be honest. I just love picking games, but some of these I could care less for. I don't care who wins it. I just want to have it completed as far as picking some of these. Jacksonville State's in the state of Alabama. I'll take them. Georgia Southern and Sam Houston. Almost a 50-50 game. Sam Houston is known to have really good talent and poise, good playmakers, and one of the best in FCS. So give me them. Okay, now we're talking about some good matchups here. Playoff first round games and everything. These okay, some of these are good enough. Obviously, Alabama, Michigan, Louisville, Washington could be interesting, but I think Louisville be favored in that one and probably win that game big time. South Carolina, Illinois. Let's come back to some of these here. I'm not quite like I said, the ones that have to do with the college football playoff that you're waiting on that first round game. I think I want to save those until we know who's in that matchup, like the Fiesta Bowl against Boise State. That is either Penn State or SMU. Well, we don't know who's winning that game. And I don't want to just say, well, this team's going to win against SMU, so Penn State wins against SMU. Well, let's say what's going to happen against Boise State. Well, I don't want to do that. We're going to come back to that, but we are going to pick the rest of these bowl games here. Uh, let's go. What is that? Who's Texas A&M play? USC. Oh, they kill them. They kill them. Syracuse and Washington State could actually be a pretty good game. I like Syracuse this year, though. I'll come back to some of these. We will, like I said, pick the first round playoff games. So where are we to stay on track? Florida and Tulane. I want to pick Florida here. I think it could go either way. I think it is almost a 50-50 game. They favor Florida by 14 points. They've won 3 straight. They've turned it around defensively. Not too much on offense with Lagway or whoever, but I do like the direction they're going. This is the Gasparilla Bowl in Tampa, Florida. Looking forward to it. Should be a good one at Raymond James Stadium. Give me Florida here. Okay, now we're at some of these first round playoff games. Myrtle Beach Bowl. If we had to go back to our bracket here, let's say we stick to our bracket from yesterday or the day before. Um, so what do we have? We had Texas beating Clemson. Okay. Let's say we stick to that here and we go Texas over Clemson. Let's back up a little bit. Let's keep filling some of this in. Indiana or Notre Dame, and we took Indiana with an upset in a 10 versus 7 game. Penn State SMU could be a really good game. Honestly, I think it could go either way. But I think Penn State's trying to pull a wide out here. Home crowd, noon game on the 21st. Winner goes to play Boise State in round 2. And Penn State coming off that Oregon loss, I just think they have too much time to get motivated and ready for a playoff game that they would. And the same could be said for SMU, but at the same time, like I don't know. I don't know who I would trust here. I don't like Franklin in big games, but I could see them winning SMU. Give me Penn State. Uh, just if you saw the stream the other night, you saw the stream the other night. We did pick Tennessee to upset Ohio State. Not too much of an upset, but it is technically in Columbus. I'm going to take Tennessee again here. Uh, and then that's it for the first round playoff games that we could pick in the Bowl Mania here. Northern Illinois. Well, let's come back to that. Let's stay on track here with Coastal Carolina and UTSA. I don't know who I like here. Coastal. Are they a better team? Maybe. And they lost to Troy, Marshall, and Georgia Southern. UTSA 6-6 as well. They've lost to teams like Tulsa and Army. I think it's almost a coin flip game. It is in South Carolina at Brooks Stadium in the Myrtle Beach Bowl here. Carolina is closer. I would say the crowd might favor Coastal Carolina. Screw it. I'll go with them. Like I said, I'm not an expert on all of these games. I just love picking games and pulling for certain teams to be right in these games. Northern Illinois ended up 7-5, but they are a team that beat Notre Dame this year. They are a good team. Give me them over Fresno State, who had a really good season a couple years ago, kind of falling off a little bit, but they're still pretty good. And then right here, I got to go with some of these Florida teams, man. Tampa, Florida, Raymond James, home of the Bucks. We got to take the Bulls. We got to take the Bulls. We got to take the Bulls here by the horns, baby. Let's go. San Jose State, your season is over. I'm getting excited for some of these. What have we made? 18 out of 47 so far. Still got a way to go. Pitt and Toledo. Give me Pitt. Big time. Some of these I don't care. We'll rapid fire through some of this. Bowling Green or Arkansas State. I go Bowling Green. Rutgers, Kansas State. This actually could be a very interesting matchup here in the Rate Bowl. 6.5 point spread, Kansas State. This game in Phoenix, Arizona. Big 10 on Big 12. Chase Field. Like Avery Johnson. I like Athen. Uh, Kelly Maris. What? Anyway, Kansas State. I've seen this year. They've played some good teams. What game did we do for them? Was it the Oklahoma State or the? I think it was Arizona. They were able to beat Arizona 31-7 this year, and their losses are close. Houston by 5 points, Arizona State by 10, Iowa State by 8, BYU when they were really hot this year, 38-9. I would think Kansas State's got something up their sleeve here, but I'll take them. I will take them. Here we go. These two games right here. Oklahoma plays Navy in the Armed Forces Bowl. Usually, I could never pick against the service academy. You're always pulling for them. You're always, hoping that they win. Oklahoma's a tough team, though. I mean, they're 6-6. Navy's 8-3. Jackson Arnold's got something up his sleeve, though. I do like Navy and Blake Horvath and that offense. They've kind of still got that triple option going on. They got good wins. Their three losses, though, have come in their last 5 games. They've gone 2-3 in their last 5. And so is Oklahoma. They were able to win in Norman. Their losses came on the road. 37-17 at LSU, 30-23 against Missouri. They were able to beat Alabama. This is in Fort Worth, Texas. Who would it favor if it were close to home? I guess Oklahoma. Oklahoma's favored by 8.5. This is a tough game to call, man. I think this could be a really good game. I do believe in Brent Venables. I think he's had a interesting year, beating teams like Alabama or whoever. Coming into the SEC this year, I think they want to end it on a high note. I think they'll be a little bit more prepared and motivated. I just think they're a better team this year overall than Navy is. Now, Navy's still a really good team, but when you play teams from the SEC, Big 12 country, you better bring your A game. Navy could do it, but I'm going to say Oklahoma rolls here. Georgia Tech and Vanderbilt going head to head. Vandy makes a bowl game for the first time in a while. Georgia Tech's kind of been on that track the last few years. Does Vandy finish with a winning record? Do they go out on top here against the Yellow Jackets? I think it's very possible. 2 point spread, 2.5 points, really, almost a 50-50 game. This is at Protective Stadium. This is the Birmingham Bowl here in Alabama. Georgia Tech a little closer to home. Vandy had maybe an hour or two time difference in terms of travel. I don't know, but Vandy has a 48% chance to win. This is on December 27th at 2:30 Central Time in Birmingham, Alabama. Diego Pavia versus Haynes King. Who's a better quarterback? I think who's had a better year. I think it's Diego Pavia. Haynes King, though, a little bit more highly recruited than Diego Pavia was. I like Jamal Haynes. I like Eric Singleton. I like Eli Stowers. I like the offenses that are going to be on this field. This could be very high scoring. This could be very back and forth shootout. This could come down to the. I'll be shocked if this is not close because I really think this could go either way, almost a coin flip. I don't have a coin right now, so I can't really flip the coin. Uh, I think my gut says Vanderbilt. Man, I think Vandy could do it. I really do, and I have nothing against Georgia Tech. I love Georgia Tech. Shout out to Sea Dog and Rec Talk. I always say that. Always shout those guys out. Go sub them up. Vandy, man, they're on a roll. They are on a roll. They somewhat played Tennessee close. They lost close games to teams like Texas. They took Texas to the wire. They went to Baton Rouge and only lost by 7. I don't know what happened in the South Carolina game, but they beat Auburn and Alabama, and it takes a lot to do that if you're Vanderbilt. I think they have enough in there to win one more and go 7-6 overall. This game again on December 27th at 3:30 Eastern on ESPN. The Birmingham Bowl. Give me Vandy in this one. Texas Tech and Arkansas, Liberty Bowl. Give me Texas Tech. I'm not picking the SEC in this one. Uh, Texas Tech's a little bit too good on offense, I think. Now, this will be a close game, somewhat low scoring, but I don't blame them for favoring Texas Tech here. They won their last 2 games. They went 3-2. Arkansas in their last 5, they went 2-3. They did have a tough schedule, but they struggled against Texas. They struggled mightily against a great offense in Ole Miss, 63-31. Texas Tech blew out West Virginia, dominated. Well, not really dominated. The word kind of slipped. But they played it close, but still won pretty big in a big way over Oklahoma State. They did lose to Colorado in a blowout. They lost by 1 to TCU. I think some of these games they could have got back this year. I'm going to say that Texas Tech finds a way to beat the Hogs. As much as I love Arkansas and Sam Pittman, I think Texas Tech might have a little bit more in them. I'm only picking Texas Tech because they just seem like the better team right now, but we'll see. Anyway, yeah, I'll go Texas Tech here. UConn and UNC. UConn better record. Mac Brown knows what he's doing, I would say. Well, I say Mac Brown. uh, who is it? Bill Belichick coming to UNC. So they don't think he's going to do good, but UNC not the best of seasons, but they're in a situation. I don't know. Does UNC get caught up? Does UNC get caught up and lose to UConn? I think so. I think there's a lot of turmoil with the coaching change at North Carolina. UConn's probably going to show up and dominate this one. This is a Wasabi Fenway Bowl, and well, Fenway, Boston, all that. Give me UConn. Nebraska. I like Boston College this year too. Like what Bill O'Brien's doing. Nebraska though, they got the Dylan Rayola. They got the talent. They played a little bit of a tougher schedule. They've been battle tested, and here they are in the Pinstripe Bowl. What's up, Dwight and Squidtard? Shout out to the comments. Dwight says UNC got too much drama to win. I That's what I'm getting at. Is I think there's too much going on that they can't focus on what they need to do to prepare. I think with the coaching change and everything, it's going to get to them. Anyway, Louisiana versus TCU. Only 20% picked Louisiana. TCU got 80% of the vote here. It is favored TCU by 11.5. I'm going to make a bold claim. TCU wins, but does not cover the 11.5 points. This is in New Mexico, Albuquerque. How do you say that? I don't know. I just butchered it. You're welcome. Pop Tarts Bowl. I love Iowa State. They look really, really good this year. This could be an interesting matchup. I oh Miami of Florida. Miami is better. I can't warn anybody, but I guess I'll go Miami here. But this is the battle of the We Should Have Made It In Bowl. That's December 28th at 2:30. Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl, Miami of Ohio, and Colorado State. And Colorado State. We'll come back. Well, this one's crazy to me. East Carolina and NC State. I like NC State to finish strong. Army over Marshall. BYU plays Colorado yet again. Kind of. Uh, they actually, believe it or not, did not meet, but they are two Big 12 teams. One from the group of five, one coming from the pack. Uh, this is interesting. This obviously had to have come down to we need someone to fill it. They both were bowl eligible, 9-3 versus 10-2. This we should have had in possibly some might say the Big 12 title. This is at the Alamo Dome on December 28th. This is the Alamo Bowl. It favors Colorado by 3 points. They also have a 58.5% chance to win. Shadur Sanders versus Jared Retzlaff or Jake Retzlaff. I can't pick against Colorado here. I'm not that dumb. I think it'd be a really good matchup, though. I do. 6:30 Central Time, December 28th on ABC. Give me Colorado. Not big, but just barely over BYU. I think this comes down to the wire. I could go like 35-31, something like that. Colorado going to win this one. Staying on track, Iowa versus Missouri. I think Iowa does not have the offense to compete. Give me Missouri. They have the defense, but they struggling a little bit. 8-4 versus 9-3, and Missouri obviously has had a really good season with their offense. So there's that. Buffalo. We'll come back to the Bama game. I promise. Buffalo Bulls, Liberty Flames. Give me Liberty. Virginia Tech and Minnesota. I'm gonna go upset here. I think the Hokies on a roll here, winning some games lately. They need this one. This is the Duke's Mayo Bowl, Big Ten ACC on ESPN on the 3rd of January. I'm gonna go upset here. So Albuquerque. Thanks, Mayhem. Appreciate it. Uh, I see you back there, Dominic. I didn't mean to drop the link earlier. I'm not really taking calls today. I'm just kind of picking some games, but I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. Love you, brother. I love all you guys. I'm not letting anybody on today though. Okay. I don't want to pick what's not like set in stone. So some of these playoff games I don't want to pick yet. Baylor at LSU, give me the Tigers. South Carolina, Illinois, I'll go Gamecocks. But Illinois, well, yeah, I'll go Gamecocks, but Illinois makes it a really close game. Iowa, Missouri, Iowa's defense versus Missouri's offense. Give me, let's see, what's the spread on this one? 3 points. So they expect a field goal for Missouri. Mm. It says the Music City Bowl. Give me the Hawkeyes. I'm confident. I can roll that dice. Duke and Ole Miss. Give me Ole Miss big. Big time offensive performance here. North Texas, Texas State. We'll go Texas State. And then we got to pick the playoffs, but I don't think we're ready for what's not yet confirmed. That leaves the rematch between the defending champs and the we should be champs, Alabama. You have the team with all-time wins going up against the team with all-time national titles. Alabama taking on Michigan. Michigan 7-5. Disappointing year. Alabama, somewhat disappointing, but keep building DeBoer. That's what I say. I think this team's hungry. I think they're motivated. I think they're upset they didn't make the playoffs. I can't pick against my Crimson Tide here. Do I think it's going to be close? I don't know about a score yet. We will do a tidal wave talk type of deal where we break down this game a little bit more. I am curious about the point spread right now. This is the ReliaQuest Bowl in Tampa. 10 points, Alabama, 80% chance to win. Give me the Crimson Tide to win, but I think Michigan plays it a little closer than you think. I think Michigan kind of finished strong, especially beating Ohio State this year. And then that is it. We just got to wait on the playoffs to be set, and we will have a chance to pick those. And again, I did my bracket and I picked Oregon all the way over Georgia. Sorry. Yeah, I picked Oregon over Georgia. I just think it's a year of the favorites. I think with all the chaos and everything, like you have the 12-team playoffs and you have all these dark horses like Boise, SMU, Penn State, Ohio State, Tennessee. You have all those. But I still say, like, is anyone going to stop Georgia's run? Well, Indiana might. I got Indiana beating Notre Dame. Indiana could win that Sugar Bowl over Georgia. And I only say that because, what if Carson Beck is not 100% or some injuries, and what if he is and he's out there and he's like throwing all these picks again? If he's having, I guess it depends on the Georgia you're getting. But I feel like personally right now, Georgia would be motivated for a playoff game against Indiana in the Sugar Bowl. And the thing is with like okay, what about the semifinal? Let's say they play Penn State or Boise State. I think they beat the brakes off Boise State. I say a close game with Penn State. I'll tell you why I don't pick Penn State to beat Georgia is because we haven't seen them beat a team caliber like Georgia. Carson Beck is not playing in the Sugar Bowl. Well, that changes everything. Hold on. I might take Indiana. I don't know. No, I think Georgia would be okay with or without Carson Beck. I think he'd be okay. But now Penn State, you get to that Orange Bowl, it's like, how do I put this? They could be motivated to give it a game, but they can never finish a game against a big team. You never can. They couldn't finish against Oregon. They couldn't finish against Ohio State this year. You think they're going to be able to handle Georgia? No. No. I doubt that. So Could Arizona State? Let me ask y'all this: who's the team? Okay, let's say you have a rematch with Ohio State, or Tennessee wins that game in Columbus. Could Tennessee beat Oregon? I just don't think anyone can stop the Ducks. I think Dan Lanning's too good a coach. I think they've been on a roll. I think the Big Ten title game kind of proved that because Penn State's a good team. They're no pushover. But yeah, you got teams that can give them a game. And at the same time, when you think you can't be beat, is when you get beat. At what point does Oregon look at it and say, we can't lose? And at what point does reality set in that they are beatable? I don't know. I'm not going to say they're unbeatable because I don't believe in that. But I also believe that this Oregon team is pulling like this LSU of 2019 type of run where they've been good for a while, but it's taken them a little bit. They've had some obstacles to overcome, and now they're finally at that peak where they've hit the mountaintop. But can they get to the very top of that mountain? They got to win a championship and be undefeated doing it. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, sorry for the silence here. Let's see. What can we get into? They're doing a mini helmet giveaway for the Peach Bowl quarterfinal. Texas, Clemson, or Arizona State. Which of those would I want next? Probably Texas. Get the SEC teams. Show y'all I got Michigan. I told you I was gonna get whoever Alabama ended up playing in the bowl game. So Don't forget, we'll be live on the 21st for Tennessee, Ohio State, and we'll be live Friday, the 20th, most likely for Indiana, Notre Dame. So there's that. That's what's coming up to Ballard Sports Media. 1.25 thousand subscribers. Love and appreciate each and every one of you out there. Over 2,500 videos. 2,500 technically. Not 2.5. It said 2.5. I don't know. So anyway, don't forget signing days next Wednesday too. Or no, what am I talking about? We just had it. I keep thinking it's like next Wednesday because I think they moved it back. Let me see. Yeah, because Texas has the number one class. They signed like 30 guys. We will have signing day in February, though. Anyway, I think that's going to do it. We picked all the bowl games. Again, we ended up with Oregon as the champion over Georgia. Your semifinals will be Penn State, Georgia, Arizona State, and Oregon. So you get the Big 12, the Big 10, and the SEC of the Big 10 is what we got going for you in this bracket challenge. Over 50,000 in prizes. So love that. Hope I win. I'm broke. Just kidding. Anyway, I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed one. Merry Christmas.